Do you ever wonder how other runners can run for hours on end and seemingly never get tired? How do they make it look so effortless? And you're the one struggling to make it to the end of your run, wondering, is it supposed to be feeling this hard? Well, today I've got loads of tips and tricks to help your runs feel easier and for you to be enjoying your running a lot more. So before you know it, you'll be running at the same pace, but with a lot less effort. And who wouldn't want to be doing that? My name is Ben Parks, 225 marathoner. And when I first started running, it used to feel really difficult. I was always trying to find new ways and come up with new things, research different stuff of how I could make my running feel easier. So this is the result of 20 years of all of that. Let's get stuck into the first tip now. Chances are, because the majority of people actually do, run their runs a little bit too fast. If you're the kind of person to charge out the door and do every run as fast as they can, this is no doubt where you are going wrong. The key to longevity in running is to do most of your running at an easy effort. Running easy allows us to build our endurance a lot more safely and actually means you're going to need less recovery time between runs as well. But what pace should we be doing our easy runs at? Well, everyone here is slightly different. A lot of people like to go on zone 2 heart rate training. As a very basic guide, that's about 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate for our easy runs. And how often should we be doing these? Well, it's going to be around about 80% of our weekly training should be at this nice, relaxed, easy run pace. If you're still a little bit unsure and you want a bit of extra guidance, we've got a completely free download. We'll link to it down below with a pace chart that will have paces we recommend for all of your different types of running there. So you can know you're running at the right effort and it's going to feel a little bit easier on those easy runs. I do appreciate it can be really hard in the social media world we live in with Strava or potentially your run club to be running runs slow, and you might think, oh, people will judge me if I'm going too slow. They'll think I'm really slow and not a good runner. Well, try your best to put that to the back of your brain, because come race day, you're going to be a lot faster than them because you've been doing the right sort of training and you're going to be enjoying your running a little bit more. You're going to be able to build mileage safely and all around a much better accomplished runner. The second tip here is to be working on our form. If we can cover the ground a little bit more efficiently, a little bit better, we're going to be using less energy to get from point A to point B. The end goal of working on our form is to be achieving a faster pace at the same effort, so unlocking free speed. One thing that I really like to do, and it's very easy for me with my job as a YouTuber, is to get someone to film me running from the side, the back and the front, and you're just looking for how balanced are you? What's your symmetry like? Can we pick up any differences that we can then work on and then get out and film ourselves in, say, sort of another 4 to 6 weeks time? We want to be running nice and tall, just visualizing a helium balloon coming out the top of your head, running nice and tall, looking into the distance, into the horizon, not down looking at the floor. It helps open up our chest, open our lungs, we can get some more air in there. We want a little forward lean, but leaning from the ankles and not from our waist. It's free gravity, free momentum. Another top tip is to work on our cadence. And our cadence, a lot of cyclists will know this, but it's basically the amount of steps we take per minute. The optimum amount is anywhere between 170 and 190 steps a minute. So if you're down in the 150s, 160s, look at this data on Strava. Most watches now will record this. It can be a really good idea to try and raise our cadence up a little bit. And how's this going to help our running? Well, because our ground contact time is a little bit less. The amount of time each foot is in contact with the ground. And the final tip here is to work on having our foot landing nicely under our center of mass. But whether you're a heel striker, midfoot striker, forefoot striker, that's a whole another debate. But how we really should be landing is nicely under our center of mass, not out in front of us where we're going to be applying a bit of a braking force there. So again, it can be a good idea to get a friend to film you, see what you look like, see what little adjustments you can make. We'll also link down below to a couple of running form coaches, one here in London and one, my friend Shane Benzie, out in sort of the Berkshire, Oxfordshire area, but he does travel around. If you want to get some help and tips with that, we'll link to Shane's book down below as well, all about running form. As we all know, time flies when you're having fun. A lot of running is all about tricking the brain. It's not a natural thing to do necessarily. Humans want to conserve energy, and we've got to trick our brain to get outside. But how can we do this? Well, we can do this by listening to some music or podcasts or audiobooks. Go out with a friend, or maybe your run club has got a nice easy run club session you can get to each week. Find some new routes. I'm always spending time on Strava looking for new places to go. My Garmin has a great feature where it will just find you a new route as well. So if you're a Garmin user, Strava user, get out there, see what your heat map is like in your local local area. And we've also just released a new mental tricks video which will cover all of this section. So again, we'll link that down below and up there as well. It can be really good to split your run up into 2 different sections as well. So maybe when you're heading out on your next easy run, add in some short bursts of say 10, 20 seconds, because by going faster, when you slow back down to that easier pace, it will just feel a lot easier. It's a bit of a trick of the brain, a lot of these things. It also helps break up the run, keeps it a bit more interesting, and so mentally it goes by a little bit quicker too. Maybe the most obvious way of how to make our runs fitter and easier is to get fitter. Now clearly doing this by running a lot of our weekly mileage at a nice relaxed easy run pace, that sort of 80%. Well, in the other 20% we want to be doing some speed work, building that VO2 max, building our fitness, building the ability of our body to carry oxygen around it and fuel our muscles. Some very basic but fundamental good sessions, just things like 6 by 3 minutes, an absolute classic. Put that into your routine. And if you want some proper help with how to structure a week, we'll link to our training plans down below. All our beginner plans are completely free to download, no catch at all. Just get onto the website, get them downloaded, follow them along, and your running will improve massively. Now, of course, if we are feeling tired and fatigued on our run, it might be because we're not hydrating properly or fueling our runs properly. Maybe you're lacking that energy towards the end of a run. Ideally, you want to be consuming some form of energy if your run is going to be longer than 90 minutes. And then when you are on that run, taking on some energy as well. Around about every 30 to 45 minutes, taking on some form of energy. Energy in the form of gels, sports drink, chews. Check out Xmiles, a great website here in the UK where you can do sort of pick and mix and try some different options. Maybe you like some more natural options. Got loads of different things of how you can fuel your runs out there. Of course, staying hydrated during your run. Drink to thirst. If you're feeling thirsty, take on board some fluids. If it's a particularly hot day, maybe think of adding some electrolytes in there to help with that sodium loss, which you'll be experiencing as you sweat. Of course, we want to be fueling and hydrating very well before we head out on our runs as well. So a good meal or snack around about 1 to 2 hours before we're heading out. It's a little bit trial and error. Everybody's going to be different here. For me, my absolute classic is having some bagels for breakfast before I head out on my run. And then finally, we've got to be working on our recovery. A lot of people think we get fitter and stronger and faster by running. We don't. We get fitter, stronger, and faster by recovering from that running and having our body adapt to get out there and run better the next day. So we really need to be focusing on our sleep, getting a good recovery routine in place. If you find yourself getting aches and pains during your run or after your run, like runner's knee, shin splints, IT band issues, then make a point to address these things. Get out and speak to a physio if you can afford that, or at the very least, checking out some recommended channels like Bob and Brad here on YouTube. Make sure you're doing a proper warm-up and cool down on all of your runs. As I'm now over the age of 40, I feel I really have to do that. It's a real non-negotiable in my running routine. Using a foam roller, getting a massage if that's available to you, and just adding some basic strength and conditioning into your routine. Just things like your calf raises, your bridges, your planks, lunges, and squats as well. It can be really good to get them in your routine. You can do them at home, you're going to get stronger, and your runs will feel much easier as a result. And then finally, respect those rest days. If you've got a rest day on your plan, relax. Just go about your normal daily routine. Don't feel you've got to be out there strength training. You've got to be out there cross training, doing all this other stuff. Rest day means rest. That's when your body will adapt, recover, and come back strong. Your runs will be a lot easier when you next head out. If there's one tip here I would really say to focus on more than others, one that I focus on more than all the others, it's the one all about cadence. We've got a dedicated video for that coming up next, so go and check that out. Wishing you all the best with your running. Keep on working hard, keep on getting it done, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.